So, hi everyone. Today is the first day after the entire 30-day challenge of being on Whole30. And I thought I'd give you a quick update. Bear with me, my voice is a little rough. A cold went through the house, and I guess I have a little bit of the cold starting today. So, week 4 of Whole30 was probably the hardest. It's like my mind knew that today was coming and I could have sugar or I could have, whatever I wanted basically, no restrictions. And it's funny because on week 3 of the cravings, I wrote a blog post about it and I'll try to link that below. The cravings started coming back like, whoa, and I watched, there's this YouTube channel called Food Theory, and he did that, him and his team did no sugar for a period of time, and they had similar issues, wow. But then they started realizing that one of them was craving fruit more than sugar stuff. And that's kind of where I'm at. If I'm craving sugar, I really just go have a clementine. It's weird. Or an apple with some cashew butter. Unsweetened cashew butter or unsweetened peanut butter now because I can have peanut butter. I'm off Whole30. But, so the Whole30 challenge was pretty good. And I was talking to my daughter last night in the parking lot, and she said, why can't you have peanuts? And I said I couldn't have peanuts because they're legumes, they're not nuts, and you can't have legumes on Whole30. And they're like, isn't legumes and stuff healthy for you? And I said, well, Whole30 isn't about necessarily only eating healthy stuff. It's about removing some of the things that your digestive system as human beings might have a sensitivity to. So there was no dairy, no legumes, no beans, no pastas, no all sorts of no stuff, You couldn't even have honey, and local honey is good for you. So today I'm excited to have honey in my tea, which will help get this cold to go bye-bye. And last night, though, was really funny. Last night was probably the most tempting night. It's like late at night. Can I just cheat? It's all over with, Today is the last day. It's 9 o'clock. I can totally have some sweets, right? So I was in the store and I was like, ooh, a whoopie pie. Ooh, butterscotch pudding. Ooh, what was the other thing? Oh, donuts. I could buy these donuts and have them in the morning. But then I started reading labels because, guys, Whole30 had me reading so many labels that I have learned so much about our food labels that it's all lies. So half and half will say it's half and half, but it's not. Well, it is. It's got milk and cream, but it has all this added stuff. Unless you click the organic one, pick up the organic one, and then you're like, oh, wow, this is just milk and cream. Stevia in the raw, for example, it says stevia in the raw, but if you turn it around and you read the label, it actually says metrodextrin or dextrin and then stevia leaf extract. So it's not stevia in the raw because it has maltodextrin or whatever the word is. And so then I was like, well, what about monk fruit? Monk fruit and stevia are probably the only two other sweeteners besides cane sugar that I'll have in my diet. So I was like, oh, monk fruit. Let me just grab a thing of those so they're in the house. So I looked and it's got the erythritol or whatever, the sugar alcohol. Now, I know some of you are going to say the sugar alcohols are fine, blah, blah, and that's okay. I don't want them. I want as few chemicals as possible, and I would like to stay as close to nature as possible. I know I'm not 100% there. I'm not trying to be a hypocrite. I'm just saying I'm not interested in having the sugar alcohols or some of the other artificial sweeteners like sucralose or aspartame in my diet, personally. And so I was getting really frustrated, and I'm sure people in the store could see me talking to myself and talking with my hands, what is the labeling? It's all lies. I was getting so frustrated with it. And now I know that our labeling in America is just all lies. You could see something that says it's beef or chicken and read the label, and it's probably not the beef or chicken you're thinking. It's probably rib meat or crappy meat or fake meat or plant meat these days. You just never know. And so Whole30, thank you for introducing me to reading our labels and opening my eyes to the fact that when a label says no sugar, it doesn't mean that there's not an artificial sweetener in there. I was sitting at my mom's house, for example, and we were going through stuff, and she's like, well, have you tried this no sugar barbecue sauce? It's no sugar. And it did. It said no sugar barbecue sauce or whatever, some sort of sauce. And I said, yeah, let me see the label, Mom. So I turned it around, I looked, and I'm like, no, it has sucralose in it. I won't touch it. I won't touch sucralose. It's bad news. And then she grabbed something else, and I was like, nope, allulose. I won't touch that either. I'm like, you can touch it. You can have it. People do. I have a son who will have sucralose, a 17-year-old. He's 5 months to be an adult. He's graduated from school. That's his choice. I personally think it's not good for the human body, and that's okay. I can think that. and I can not put it in my body. But so it was just really interesting to see that these no sugar labeling don't mean no artificial sugars, no artificial sweeteners. And then I had these cough drops one day, Ricola cough drops. They said no sugar. And I read the label in the store, and I thought, yes, these are gonna work. I brought them home for my youngest son, and he's like, Mom, are you sure those cough drops have no sugar in them? Because again, we cannot have no artificial, no sugar on Whole30. And I said, well, I read the label. I'm like, you know what, give it to me again. If they taste sweet, there's got to be something in there. So I looked, sure enough, it had aspartame, and aspartame, or however you say it, in the Ricola no sugar cough drops. So this is just dumb, guys. It's very frustrating living in America and trying to read labels and being lied to, essentially. You know, you could say, technically I'm not being lied to because there isn't any sugar in it, but it should have some sort of labeling. And I'm not saying more laws. I don't believe in more laws. I think we're going to do what we're going to do regardless of what the labeling says. So I would like more education on us learning how to read labels, because no sugar, like my mom thought no sugar meant no sugar. And I'm like, no, it's got artificial sweetener. Well, that's stupid. I agree, it's stupid. It should have some sort of thing that says, well, no cane sugar or sugar, white sugar or refined sugar, but it has artificial sugar sweetener. It should say that, right? So I'm very grateful the Whole30 taught me that. I'm also very grateful the Whole30 allowed me to lose 12 more pounds, because I had put on 25 pounds a couple months ago. And I had realized I put on 25 pounds a couple months ago, which means out of the 50 pounds I lost walking, I gained 25 back. And so it's been very nice to adjust my diet and force myself to get rid of some of those food cravings and addictions, so to speak. I know I can emotionally eat, I've noticed, because it's been very stressful, actually. So if you want to buy me a coffee down there, that'll really help pay some bills this month. It's been pretty overwhelming around here, because my work level is a little bit lower than normal, and this place that we're living in is a lot more expensive than normal. And of course, as you all know, food is ridiculously expensive. So if I've added any value to your life, I would love for you to just click the buy me a coffee button below. I mean, even just $5-10. Even, I will try to make it so you could just literally send me $2, but $5 is the absolute minimum they let you set. I also have a cute little membership in there where you can be a member for $5 per month, where I plan to have some goodies and extras in there over the year. Maybe I'll do a special launch party for my upcoming book launch for just my monthly members or my supporters and buy me a coffee. I'm trying to see how we can finagle that. So other than kind of stress a little bit, stress eating and noticing that and being able to say, nope, you can't stress eat because I'm holding myself accountable to Whole30. I've enjoyed it. I enjoyed losing the weight. I enjoyed learning more about food labels. I think that everybody should at least try to do Whole30, because it makes you feel pretty strong. It makes you feel in control of your life. And you just celebrate the wins. Like, man, I made it 30 days. 30 days. And the hardest part was my local honey, not having my local honey probably. So I'm back at it. I can eat normal. Let's see how well I do with keeping those pounds off, the 12 pounds I lost, and continuing to lose some more weight and gain some more muscles, so that I can be a healthier version of me every day I wake up. So I would highly recommend Whole30 to someone out there who maybe you're bored in your life and you want a challenge. Like me, I like challenges. It keeps me alive. It keeps me from creating some chaos in other areas of my life. And I also enjoy testing my limits to see like how strong is my discipline, because if my discipline can get tested constantly like that, then I can be stronger in my other areas of life. And as I can start launching my life coaching business and get this book out here, and get my cheat code system for habit success out there as my step one for launching my goal success life coaching business, I think that it's important that I keep testing disciplines and keep testing different habit changes, so that I actually can be a valuable person for you to come to as a resource to learn more about these different eating challenges or habit challenges we can do as humans to be better. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with Whole30, but I'm also pretty happy to go in the kitchen right now and have my tea with honey in it today, because it will soothe my throat. Again, I thank you so much for your continued support. I look forward to sharing my next big challenge with you to see what I think. And also, drop me a comment in the comment section below. Let me know you watched this all the way through, please. And also let me know what you think about artificial sweeteners. Like, is that something you eat? Because I know a lot of people do, and I always say I'm a judgment-free zone. I don't judge you. This is just how I eat and my preferences. So I'd love to learn more about you and your eating habits, and maybe some areas that you're struggling with right now, and perhaps I can come up with some tips to help you. So peace, love, happiness. Go be well.